actually have one announcement I want to share with you a little bit more in depth here today, and then we'll hop into our message today. It's actually pretty exciting, so I'm talking about the future of our church. So long and short story of it is, one of the things we're pursuing, many of you know, we used to meet in Oak Ridge Elementary School on the south side of town. And so when the pandemic started, the Leon County School Board essentially kicked us out. So we became homeless kind of overnight. And so that led to us some cool connections, led to us kind of meeting here. We have a lease that's signed here through about the end of the summer, like late July, early August kind of time frame is what we're looking at right now. And we're in the process right now of trying to figure out, our leadership team is trying to figure out, okay, so where do we move beyond this? Like not just like, vision-wise, but like literally, physically, where are we moving beyond this? And so we have begun the process over the past couple of weeks at looking at some different facilities and places to meet around town. I've already had a couple real promising interactions on a couple different spots around town. I wanted to let you know, so you know about that, but specifically to give you two ways that you can kind of help us out and be a part of that search for us. So one of the things with commercial real estate is it's always kind of very challenging to know, I don't think anyone actually knows everything that's available out there is kind of what I've learned. We have a realtor that we've retained to kind of help us on this search and find the right spot. But what I'm appealing to you here today for are two things. So the number one thing is, keep your eyes and ears open for us. Our leadership team, which is myself, Jason Fudge in the back, and Kane Miller, who is the guy that, was like, oh, wow, this is a very secure facility when you walked in. That's Kane. And so the three of us form our leadership team as currently comprised here at Crossbridge. And so we've kind of set out a couple parameters for kind of the place that we're looking for. We want to find a spot that's got at least 2,500 square feet. We are looking for a place that we can preferably get for under or somewhere in the range of $25,000 to $35,000 a year. And then we are also trying to kind of keep an eye on hopefully staying toward the south side of town. So kind of the rough parameters we've set up are Appalachia is kind of our northern border. Spring Hill is kind of the western border, and then Capitol Circle, excluding Southwood, is kind of like our south and east border along the southeast side of town. Now, any of you who've ever done a search, so like my wife and I just bought a house about a year ago, and if you've ever done it's like church hunters is what we're doing now. But if you know, anytime you are like looking for something, obviously you kind of have this idea in your head of where you're going to end up, and then you end up in the actual place, and usually you had to compromise or like kind of figure out something that's like, oh, well, maybe, we had to rethink that or whatever. And so like I give you those parameters, not as like this is it, but to say like, hey, that's kind of an idea, but I think we understand, in any search like this, right, we have to be open-handed, right? Like we don't have this magic thing that's going to appear out of the sky and be just like perfectly filling our needs. Maybe, I don't know. So the two things I want to ask you to do are, number one, I want you to pray for our church, pray for us, pray not just that the right property or right space will open up. Like I said, we've already had a couple intriguing kind of opportunities, and I think some of the things we're wrestling with right now are the very thing I told you about, where it's like, it is a great fit in these couple areas, but it isn't a great fit in this area, and vice versa. And so just pray for us to kind of have the wisdom to make the right decision. Wherever we land, it's our intent to have like a 24/7 leased facility that we'll have continual access to. We think that'd be a really great tool for ministry. And we also want to try and settle down there for at least, at least 2 or 3 years, if not longer. Look at some of those options. So just be praying for us as we make that decision, both for the right place to open up, and when the place opens up, that we are smart enough and wise enough to see like, oh, this is the place, like the thing we were praying for, this is the thing, and so that would be great. The second thing to pray for is, or a second thing that you can just do is, keep your eyes open. And if you see opportunities or something that seems intriguing, please let us know about it. You can just send I'm Wes at crossbridgechristian.com. You can send an email to me, send a carrier, whatever you got to do, okay? Send something my way. If it's something that's like, hey, Wes, I saw this great place in Thomasville that I'm probably not interested. It's a little too far outside the range, right? But Wes, there's this amazing place. It's like only $1 million a month. Probably not going to be interested, okay? But if you see something that you think seems intriguing, like, oh, I wonder if this is an opportunity for us, send that my way, and I'd be happy to look at it, or at least know it's out there. That's a huge thing. And the more eyes and ears we have working on this, I think the better end result we're going to end up with. So obviously this won't be the only announcement. We hope to have some more announcements in the future as this process kind of continues to unfold and that kind of thing. I'm counting on all of you to be sweat equity to some degree for wherever we end up at. So looking at you right there. So anyway, we would love your help. Also you, Johnny. I didn't mean to insult you. So we are looking for that. It's a really exciting thing. Like, I'm really excited for us as a church to really plant some roots, and I think hopefully to have a great tool that we're able to use for ministry and to kind of be a welcoming place that helps disconnected people connect to God here in our community. And so I invite you to be a part of that with us.